Hey guys, welcome back to Making It. Today we're going to be making some fermented salsa verde hot sauce. It's going to be a little bit of a thicker sauce, a little hot sauce. I don't know, I've never made it, but we're going to make it together today. All right, let's get into a little ingredient shrine. And before we get cooking, pay a little respect to the players today. All right, Lord of Death, nothing new over here, and that's okay. We got ramps, beauties, all right, wild onion, garlic leek type of little love child baby. Poblano peppers, long green hot peppers at the supermarket, but they're gonna be great. We're gonna char those up, as well as 6 jalapeno peppers, as well as 18 tomatillos. I made that number up, but let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18! What? And you know what? My reaction might seem like that we faked that, but that was 100% authentic. Wow, things are really coming up, Leone. Oh, check this out, what I got, new addition. I was down in Charleston, South Carolina for a wedding, beautiful time. But I found this little brass piece with some wild turkey feathers, and I was like, yep, coming home with me. So I'm a jewelry guy now. Shout out Brackish, thank you. Let's get into cooking. So, start off, I have my brine. I got 1 gallon of water. All right, I took it out of the tap. It's a little warm, it's a little hot, that's fine. And to make a 2% salt for 1 gallon, I use about 77, 78. You can even use just 80, round it up. And that's about a half a cup of salt. I'm using Diamond Kosher salt. And we'll mix that in, get our nice little brine going, and that'll be our liquid for our fermentation process. Here we go. Load up the old basket. Bobby Baskets over here. Adding all of our peppers, our tomatillos, ramps we're putting on the side. If you have garlic, you could probably add it into the basket and char it if you'd like. I like the freshness. I want to keep this our life force of our fermentation, and this will be some nice fuel, some more sugars to the party. Lock it in, and we'll bring it over. I just got some charcoal set up in a charcoal chimney, and we're just gonna give these a nice little char. Nothing crazy. We're not going nuts here. I just want to give them a nice little bit. That's gonna give a nice little flavor, right? You know, like the tomatillos do a great job with a little char on them, same with the peppers. And I'll leave a couple raw just to have a nice little mix. Now that we've got our veg charred up a little bit, we still have some of our fresh couple tomatillos and our ramps. Let's make our brine real quick. 80 grams of salt, 1 gallon of warm, fresh well water. Let's give it a little stir job. It tastes right. Now for our peppers. All right, I'm just gonna take the stems off, cut them in a little piece like that. I'm gonna even peel some of the char off. I'm gonna leave the seeds in and pull some of the skin off before adding it right into our brine. Boom, right in. Some of the actual char on it. Just it can be a little bitter, but I do like the sugar caramelization that comes from a char. So to take some of just the actual carbon off, I think reduces a little bit of that bitterness just on the really dark pieces. The poblano seeds I'm gonna remove. Look at that beautiful color. It's almost like they get a little poached, you know, when you char them like that. Really brings out the depth of the color. So we got all of our veg into our brine. In any ferment, you always want to pick out any bruises or blemishes in your tomatillos or in your peppers. You want to get the freshest stuff possible. That's why I love the addition of the ramps. All right, I picked them yesterday. They're just full of life force, very eager to ferment. And we got them just in a nice little warm brine. I got a couple plates here that fit in that I'm just gonna sit on top, all right, and let them just kind of work as a little counterweight, but it's gonna keep the majority of everything submerged. If you see a little mold, skim it off the top, or a little calm, which is a very common yeast, C-A-L-M, calm. Or you can take that stuff off, then I think we should be just fine. But overall, pretty happy with that. When you're fermenting, you want things to release gas, right? But you don't want critters and bugs in. I got this lid. If the gas builds up enough, it's not gonna blow this thing up unless it was like screwed on or sealed on. Eventually, it's just gonna lift the gas. It's just gonna make enough pressure to just break the seal. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm going with. So we're gonna put that over the station, let that baby ferment, and let them breathe, and let them rot, and let them decompose and give off and shit acid. And we'll call it tangy umami. Follow me, Billy! I'm gonna let that breathe for a minute because it's a little warm, but that's nice. Little kimchi going here too, little ramp cucumber kimchi. See you in a bit. Yep, crushing it. All right, guys, so it's been about a week and a half fermenting on our 2% salt and our brine. It's looking great, man. You know, that's how, let's get into it. All right, we had a little bit of that calm, C-A-L-M, I think it is, where it's just a yeast, all right? It's everywhere. It's in the air. It's all over the place. And you'll see it start to build on the surface. It looks like water maybe you wouldn't want to swim in. It looks a lot worse than it actually is. And you'll see that little white buildup on the sides here. Sometimes it can be a lot. This is like nothing. Just sometimes it's worse than others. Just is what it is. And again, don't get alarmed by it. See that little bubble there? That little white stuff building up. But it's harmless. A lot of it can give off a little bit of a flavor, but a little bit is pretty much, it's more of a mental thing. And now we're just going to put it into the blender, right? And look, they look beautiful. That little bit of char, you know, when it's a pretty active ferment. Those ramps are pretty eager to go. And a lot of that cloudiness that you'll see in the brine is coming from that vegetables as it leaches off, as it starts to basically, you know, begin its decomposition. Salt, good stuff. Smells garlicky, it smells great. So we'll just go ahead and scoop all of our veg in, and then I'll add some of the brine to get the party going. I don't want it to be too watery. That's what I call table brine. Let's see what happens when we turn this blender on, and let's just see what we're working with here. Oh, delicious. Salty, vinegar, ooh. I'm gonna add like a 1/4 cup of brine. All right, settle down. Stay right here. Big brain here. Got a big idea. Instead of the vinegar, I think a nice juice of 1 lime. Oh, good lime. Yep. I can just tell. What are you doing with the rice vinegar, Brad? Oh, let's get the party started. Whoa, Nelly, hold on. Got some speed wobbles. Needs to get in alignment. Do you see that? Look at all that good stuff. Let's taste. Let's look. So it is maybe just salsa verde. It looks great. Great mouthfeel, creamy, smooth, salty, vinegary, ooh, little tickle of heat there. It's the best salsa I've ever made in my life. Beautiful color, beautiful texture. I love seeing the little pieces of char in it still, the tomatillo seeds. Fermented salsa verde chunky sauce. Chunky table sauce salsa verde. You know how easy this is? You grill something, you kind of burn it, then you put it in a brine, you let it rot, then you blend it, and you get magic. You get absolute magic. Taco Tuesday, you pull out a jar of this, or anytime. Chips and salt salsa. We got like a 1.5 quart. Put some shrimps on the bobby. Put some shrimps on the bobby. That's the saying. Hold on. Look at me. All right, you're sitting at a table, bowl of that, this, all right, you got a little cold beer. It's perfect. The salt, the acid, everything's perfect. Every now and then, Bill, little fermented salsa verde, you're set, living the dream. It's green, so what? No, don't laugh.
I don't know why that's so funny. It's green, so what?
Great as a salsa, and again, the table brine. Don't throw away your brine. It's great stuff to have, again, for other ferments, and then great for culinary purposes, from salad dressings to brines to sauces to grilling. It's just freaking awesome. We made it up together, all right? That's the show, Making It, where we make it together. Just like the Knicks to the finals, baby! Don't fill my trash, dude. Man, I tell you what, it's gonna be the salsa of the summer for me. Actually, that's not true because ramps are over. We can replace it with some scallions and some garlic. Easy. All right, what are we talking about? We're cooking. Oh, we're out of ramps. Can't do it. Here's your ratio. 1 clove of garlic, and you just kind of marry it up next to a scallion, and you got ramp. So there you go. You do the math. See you next week. You're beautiful. I saw your face. Look at that shit.
It's really nice. I like it a lot.